Hey everybody, I'm Mama Baird. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I am traveling across the country to meet my best friend that I've never met before at her wedding. Crazy, right? It's crazy, but you got to see this journey. So let's get into the video and you'll see exactly what I have to do to prepare to fly across country for my friend's wedding. Now let's go backwards a little bit. You might be wondering how we met and how this came to be. Well, she was actually one of my subscribers. It started off like that. I have a buy me a coffee page where I have things on a wish list. You could donate $5 just to like kind of like tipping because you like my content. So I had that page going and I had this watermelon sign on there, and she bought this for me and it was one of my favorite things. I put it in front of my plant in the kitchen. I just have a thing for watermelon. So that is how I met her, is because she liked my content. She wanted to thank me by giving me one of my gifts. She said one of the biggest things that I bring to her is to help with learning about food, learning about real food, how to work with it, how to tell if it's good or bad, and just kind of getting to know real food again. So I'm glad that I could help her in that way. And then I reached out and talked to her personally because I had gotten a comment about being a grifter, which is somebody in those terms is you beg for gifts, you know, you go around and you're asking for gifts instead of trying to work for it, you know. So a lot of people don't like that look and they call those people grifters if they accept gifts from other people. But I don't see anything wrong with accepting a gift from somebody else, so that's what I do. And if they really want to gift me something, who am I to say no? That's their love language. So I reached out to her and I was like, hey, as somebody who just gifted me something, what do you feel about those people who say that, you know? And she's like, can I be honest with you? I'm like, oh gosh, whew. Yeah, I can take it. Go ahead. And she's like, F them. And I'm like, oh, I like her. And then we just started talking. She's like, oh, you know, it'd be a lot easier for me if we FaceTimed. And I was like, sure, why not? We'll give it a try, you know? So I FaceTimed her, and then that was that. That was 2 years ago, and we pretty much FaceTime every single morning, talk for at least an hour. She has helped me through a lot of struggles in my life where I just needed a friend to sit down and listen, and that was her. So her name is Jennifer. She has become my best friend, my rock, my world, besides my husband, of course. But I was delighted to hear that her boyfriend of 13 years finally proposed and asked her to marry him. So that's what this wedding is about. And I have not had a vacation in 7 years. So I am due for a solo trip. Husband's staying, watching the kids. We're wishing him the best. So that is how we met, and it's become an amazing relationship, and now it's time to meet in person. So let's get our things together and let's head to the airport. The day has finally arrived. I'm coming up on the airport. I'm here 4 hours early. My husband had to take one of our twins to the dentist after this, so I got dropped off early. Saying goodbye to my family was so hard to do. Since I got here early, I was able to look around, and they had some beautiful paintings here that in the lobby, there's like 4 gates, so this is just in the gate area, and I really liked the color on these. I think this is the same artist. He has one over here that is really big, and it is $3,500. But look at this painting. Like, if I could afford it, I would love to have this hanging on the wall. So it was really nice to be able to get there early and be able to check out some of the paintings. You guys, we made it. Got it here a little early because the plane is not even here yet. But I wanted to make sure, since I didn't have my real ID yet. So we're just gonna hang out, play some games on our phones, read a book, and hang tight. It's happening. While I was waiting, I was able to catch one of our fire helicopters that they carry water in this bag here, and they fly over the wildfires and they dump water on it. So this was one that was coming back to get more water to dump over one of the wildfires that's going on right now. And then as the plane was coming in, this guy was having fun. I guess he found out that these sticks bounce, so he's sitting there playing with them. It was kind of fun to watch him. But while I was waiting, I mentioned playing games. I like Monopoly Go. I play that on my phone a lot. If you want to add me, here is my friend code. Add me. Let's play together. But it's one of the most addicting games on there, so be careful. It's really good. I also was able to grab myself a sandwich and a beer waiting for my flight to come in. And here she is, our plane. I am flying United. I didn't really know what air brand I wanted to fly. It's just whatever cheap tickets I could find. So United was my go-to. Do you guys have certain air brands, flights, lines that you guys fly? Let me know. Look at that view though. I'm going to miss those mountains. So as we get ready to take off, I got to adjust my airflow. Got to have airflow. And then there's a little light here as well. And then it was takeoff time. Away we go to the East Coast. This is going to be my first time on that side of the States. So I'm excited to get there. I am going to miss my beautiful Montana though. Look at that. I haven't flown in 11 years, so this was quite a experience for me. It's been a minute and a lot of new things that I was experiencing for the first time. For example, Denver Airport, that's where I was flying to make a connecting flight to Connecticut. And there is a train that you have to take from gates A to get to gate B or C. So I was like, oh, and I had 40 minutes to get to my next plane. They have these kind of like an escalator, but they don't go up, they go forward and straight, and they make it so you can either power walk and go faster, or you can just stand there and chill a bit while you still move. And then they had a bunch of different shops and restaurants in the Denver airport. I was kind of bummed because I did not get to check it out because I wanted to hurry up and make my flight, and I had to go potty. So we are going to board up. We're going to follow this good looking fellow here into our seats. I had about 20 minutes to spare, so thank goodness I was able to make that flight. And then we are off again. So this is a little bit of a longer flight. The last one was an hour and a half. This one is going to be a 3.5 to 4 hour flight. So it's going to go into the night. Connecticut is also 2 hours ahead of me. So I'm going to be arriving at 11:30. Another thing that's new to me is this little screen that's on the back of your headrest. So it'll tell you where you're going, how long of the flight. It has the plane up there to show you where, like, what percentage you are in your trip. And then it has a little world map here that you can spin around, you can see where your plane is, and then it'll also tell you like all the different times on where you're looking for. And then it also has a connecting flight screen, so you can look at all the connecting flights and get yourself ready to go. And since it's going into the night, we were able to see the sunset up in the sky. This is quite an experience. It seemed like it took forever for the sun to set, but then it was completely dark, and then we got to see the cities all lit up at night. This is Detroit, Michigan. We also flew over Chicago, and that was really fun to see as well. Next thing you know, it was time to land, and I'm here meeting my best friend. So this is the video that her fiance was taking at the time of us hugging and meeting for the first time. Oh, it was so good to see her. Look at my face, you guys. I was just so excited. I made it. Wow. That was a long day. We got to the house, we slept, it is now morning. 2 hour difference, like it's 2 hours later here, so I didn't get in till 11:30. I got picked up by the happy couple. That was super exciting. So I'm gonna tell you how my day went, and then I'm going downstairs, I'm gonna get some coffee, and then we're gonna have another day. All right, so the trip went really well. I did not get my real ID in time, so that might be something that you guys were wondering about, and I traveled fine without it. I brought extra identification, so they knew it was me. They didn't even need it. They just were like, she's non-compliant, and I had to go down this extra security line, and then they swabbed my phone for the drugs, you know, but it was fine. They're like, all right, you're good. I'm like, okay, thanks. That was it. So a lot of stress to try and get my real ID, and turned out I didn't even need it. But I'm still gonna get it. It's important. So I got there like 4 hours early because I wanted to make sure. I didn't know what kind of extra screening there was going to be. So I got to the first Missoula airport 4 hours early, and then just kind of hung out. I got there so early, like there was a plane ahead of my plane. I went to Denver first. Denver airport, oh my gosh, what a cluster. Missoula is so small. There's like 4 gates at Missoula, and then Denver, we get there. The first flight was like an hour and a half. It went great. I was in the middle seat, and I think I was flying with 2 other solo people, so it was fine. No complaints about the plane at all. It did make me sick though. Like takeoff and landing is really starting to upset my stomach. Like, well, of course I haven't flown in 11 years, but yeah, it did not like that. Like I had that little air thing on. Don't throw. You're not gonna throw up in the plane, Carolina. Not gonna throw up in the plane, Carolina. But I made it. So that's an interesting fact I've discovered now, that it's the landing and the taking off is kind of affecting my stomach a bit. The first plane ride was an hour and a half. Get to Denver, I have 40 minutes to make it to my next gate. A lot of those on the plane had connecting flights because Missoula is so small, so usually Missoula flies you to Denver, then you go from where you need to be in Denver. So they had 100 gates per alphabet letter, and they had 3 alphabet letters. So I landed at like A75 and then had to walk all the way to the beginning of the A's to follow where it says B and C terminals. So I'm like, I was in B, was my next gate. B63 or something was my next gate. So I'm power walking. All of a sudden, there's a train. You got to take like this, like a train, a little shuttle to get to the B platform. I'm there. I'm like, wait, I'm not supposed to be taking a train. I was like, so we take the train to get to the. She's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, thank you. So we took the train to get to B, and I got there B1, and I'm B63. So I power walk all the way there to get to the plane, which it was just boarding, so I made it in time. I was able to sit down. I didn't get to explore Denver Airport a lot though. It was huge. I'm hoping next trip I have some layover time so I can enjoy the airport there, but if not, that's okay. So that's really my only complaint, was that airport, how much I had to power walk, how many people were there. It was huge. And then the second plane ride was a little longer, 3.5 hours. But it was really pretty because it was in the air when the sun went down. We got to fly over a couple cities. I had a window seat, so I got some really good shots and everything. Yeah, and then we landed, and here I am. So it's a really good time. Traveling went really well. I was a little nervous with that Real ID. I was like, man, I hope I didn't procrastinate so much that I ruined my own vacation, right? That would have been bad. But I didn't. We are good. We're here. I saw my best friend, and her future husband was there to pick me up. And now this is day 1 of the adventure. Today's Thursday, and the wedding is on Saturday. So we have a lot to do. So far, what I found out today is that I'm going grocery shopping with her and her nieces, because her nieces are making her like wedding stuff, like her wedding cake and stuff. And right now I'm staying at her sister's house. And look at this little basket she made, which is great because all I packed was clothes. So she got me some little cookies here. Oh, some little natty nappies if you gotta do that, you know, girl stuff. Oh, shave cream. I've hardly ever used shave cream. Deodorant, conditioner. Shaver, shampoo, sanitizer, or toothpaste, chapstick, ooh, cherry almond lotion, facial wipes. Oh, a facial wipe. A little sewing kit. How cute. I might actually use it to wipe my face. I'll probably take a shower, but I'm gonna go get some coffee, see where everybody else is at. Jennifer has already messaged me like 40 minutes ago and asked if I was up, and I was not. Obviously I was not. I needed some sleepy face. How does this, oh. Yeah, so we didn't go to bed till, it was probably 1 a.m. here, which is 11 p.m. my normal time, you know. Oh. Get that fresh face. Oh yeah. Oh. God, get all that grease on the nose there. Alright. So, how sweet. And now, husband is shipping my gift to them, so that will get here in a couple of days, and I will be able to give them my thank you gift for hosting me and having such cute little stuff. Alright, so that's the plan. Let's get to going, and I'll bring you along, and we'll see how the day goes. I got their gifts from this Mother Moose Gifts and Gallery store. This is a local store in Missoula that sells locally made Montana goods, or it's Montana inspired goods. But these are a lot of local artists that create this stuff. It's the perfect souvenir shop to go to if you're looking to pick something up that's from Montana. So I like coming in here and just looking around and seeing what's new. This is like a puzzle box that got handmade. And then there was a bunch of wood carvings here. I love these Montana themed mugs here. I think my favorite one out of this bunch is that white buffalo one there. That looks like it would be a great mug to have. And then someone carved all these wood sculptures. Takes some skill, that's for sure. And then we have these little trinkets here. This is only $10 for this little dish. I like that it has the different designs in it, and this one is $17. I mean, I think that's a pretty good deal, and that was really pretty. You can easily just set that on any kind of counter and put rings in it or change whatever. And then here we have some Montana cutting boards. This is a coaster, $10, and it's something that you can just represent Montana. They also had a bunch of Christmas ornaments that you can pick from that were handmade. And then they had huckleberry coffee. We are known for our huckleberry here in Montana, so everything's usually huckleberry themed. And then they had a tea company that's right there along with the coffee. I really like chai tea, so I was checking that out. And then here's some Montana moose poop and grizzly poop, and it's just chocolate covered raisins and peanuts. And then they had some baskets already, like some gift sets already put together that you could get. There was one of different sauces, and here they have a soap that has a handmade loofah on the side. And look at these ones that actually have the shapes inside them, like that's buffalo in there. And then wolf soap. I thought that was really cool. And then it was made in Conrad, Montana, which one of my son's name is Conrad, so we thought that was cool. And then a bunch of homemade jams and jellies, and then they have honey and flavored honey. Here is beer bread in a bottle. Thought that was cool. And then some huckleberry syrup, as well as some huckleberry cocoa powder. And then here's some different stickers that you can get. There was also postcards as well. I liked these signs. They had a lot of different Montana sayings, and I liked the tracks ones up there. So this is a store that you could easily spend a good hour in just observing everything. They had some cups that were made, some flasks. Here are some little snow globes that have different critters in there. That would be good little souvenirs for kiddos. And then this had a nice dish set. I thought that was beautiful. Look at the ones with the moose in there. And then the dragonfly with that purple. Oh, that is gorgeous. That would definitely be something that would be nice to have for like guests and have it pretty. Here is wind chimes that someone had made and is selling. Here's different birdhouses, like a gnome birdhouse. Here's some more beautiful coffee mugs, say Montana on it. That would be an awesome set to have. Ooh, I like the one with the horses. I didn't see that one. Here's some wood burning items. One person makes coasters, so they have little coasters that go on the table, or they have bigger round ones. I think those are for pots. And then they have local artists who have their art up here. So that was really pretty to see all that. Husband needs a new wallet, so I was kind of checking that out for him. There's also a lot of people here who make jewelry, and I think this jewelry is really cool. I don't have my ears pierced, so I'm not an earring person, but I know a lot of people are, and these were really cute. My daughter and I were pointing out the purple stars. I thought that was pretty. And the fact that someone makes these, I don't know, I'm just in awe at people's creativity and their skills, and everybody's got different talents, and it's amazing. And then they had this little bear in a canoe there, and lake stuff and socks, so it was quite an adventure. But let's see what I ended up picking out for my friends. Alright everybody, here's the final stuff. Seemed like more when I was in there, but this is a good variety. Got them each 4 different things here. So the mug, this one, I like that this is kind of square. Now I've gotten one of these. This is the same artist that makes mine that my husband gets for me every Christmas, and I have one that looks a lot like this style, so I think that it'll kind of be nice that we'll all kind of have like matching ones. What do you think, Colby? What do you think, Colby? So we have this one. I don't know, this kind of looks like a ghostly elk there. We got the elk, and then huckleberry, and then 2 things of huckleberry coffee, 2 things of huckleberry syrup, and a thing of huckleberry goat milk. Colby, I'll pause out of here. And then my best friend's niece is having a baby, so I picked up this little, it's like a little romper. And it comes with a little matching hat. So I got that for her niece. And then this has a parent planner for like a first-time parent. I think this is good. Has some of the information. And then you put like, it has month 1, feeding time, did they nap, diaper, notes, stuff like that. And I know as a first-time mom, this is something that is really helpful to kind of just plan and record everything. No. So I got this for her, plus a little baby thing. So here's the gifts I'm bringing as a thank you for hosting me. And then we're going to pack it in this box, and I'm going to ship it there. So it's there when I get there, so I don't have to pack this. You're so cute. That's Dada's pillow, you know. That's Dada's pillow. So what did you guys think about those gifts? You think I did okay? I thought it looked pretty good. And I did a lot of Huckleberry Montana themed items, so they loved it. I ended up not being there when they received it, so that kind of bummed me out that I didn't get to see their reaction, but they called and said that they absolutely loved it. So that makes me feel good, and I'm glad I was able to give back to them a little bit after the amazing hosting that they gave to me. So for this day 1, we are going to be checking out a local grocery store called Stop and Shop. So let's get in there and let's see what kind of deals we can find. Look for the influencer with the camera. Ooh, watermelon balloon. We're so excited. What? I got fancy cheese. Merlot, smoked Gouda, and port wine. That would be good for like, what, a charcuterie board?
Yes.
Oh, horseradish cheese. But that's good. I love horseradish. Oh yeah, you got a nice cheese section here. Oh yeah. Over those peppers. For what?
Just to have.
Sure. I need this stuff.
One, you can have one.
Parmesan, that's cool. There's more cheese. I like that, like ours doesn't come in a bag. It comes in like a container. Like this. Oh yeah, but I've never seen like the bag options.
I'll show you my favorite cheese, if they have it. Here it is. This is my favorite cheese.
That's cheesy.
It is cheese.
Look, do you see this was espresso?
Yeah.
Coffee cheese?
You want to try it?
Kinda. It looks like it's a with breakfast or as a late afternoon reward. Eat some cheese.
Get some blue cheese.
Add lots of mozzarella.
You know I'm going to need this, right?
Mascarpone, yep.
Weren't they talking
That's
about
it.
I don't know how many.
I don't know either.
I'm going to pick up 2.
Mascarpone. It's a lot like cream cheese, but just not as sweet. So it's what like the Europeans use and stuff. Oh, here's hot honey goat cheese. I didn't know. There's cheese on this side too?
Yeah.
That's like a whole island of cheese.
Oh, we got some doubles over here.
Oh, they gotta check out and judge their cakes. See how their cake decorators. Oh, this is cool.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool. I never
I
seen
can get
that.
that for Friday.
Yeah?
We don't have enough room in the fridge, so we'll have to come back
Okay.
on Friday.
Yeah, that would be a good little. No, they'd probably get them ordered in.
Oh.
Those are cool. Hi. Doing good. Oh, cheesecake. Oh, Black Forest cake's good. They don't make their cakes here. You can tell. Those bagels look nice though. They got some nice proof on them bagels. Oh, garlic parmesan olive oil. That's cool. Oh, Italian blend. I've seen basil, so that's kind of cool, an Italian blend.
Like this. This is something they probably do here. Excuse it.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the Italian speaker. Like, I know it's not fried.
Smushing on the bread. Garlic spread. We sell a lot of garlic bread. These are so small. Oh, they're dinner rolls. Okay, I thought it was like hamburger. Okay, there's hamburger. Have you tried brioche on like a hamburger bun? Brioche?
Yep.
That's really good. Ooh, this would be good French toast. I love using brioche for French toast or grilled cheese.
Think about brunch on Sunday.
Oh, we should definitely do some French toast. That'll be easy. That would be good bread. We could do like blueberry bread, cinnamon bread. We do like different breads for French toast and make that could be a little theme. Or we could have different syrups. I didn't record too much more of the store because her niece joined us, so we were just kind of chatting and socializing. But we got all the dessert supplies we need because her niece is going to be making their wedding cake, which is a pistachio cake. And then she's also going to be making a bunch of different desserts, like a couple of different cupcakes. And then she's going to make some parfaits. It's going to be super great. So she has her niece doing her wedding cake. And then she also has another niece that's going to be doing her hair and makeup. And that one is also providing music for the dancing. So there's a lot of ways that other people are helping. Her sister has done a lot for her as well. So this is a really frugal wedding on top of that. I mean, she still spent some money, but by really leaning on your tribe and having people help you and accepting help, it really made this party not only frugal, but it had such a special touch because everybody had a say in it. Every little person helped contribute to this, you know? So it was amazing to watch this family come together for this wedding. I also picked up some cottage cheese cups that have like the fruit on the side. You dump the fruit in there. So I got some of those for me and some yogurts just to kind of get me through so I can snack on something before we eat and stuff. So that is what I ended up picking up from the store. Let's see what else I have to say about that day. There's some Connecticut sunrise for you. Look at these cute little Cape Cod houses. So cute. Good morning, everybody. It is day 2 of my vacation here in Connecticut. Yesterday we didn't really do much, a lot of running around, but just kind of simple stuff. Jennifer is getting married tomorrow. She's getting married tomorrow. Oh my gosh, I was thinking 2 days, but that was yesterday. Yeah, tomorrow. So today's the day before. We're having a big kind of like barbecue dinner tonight for everybody that's like in the wedding party and the guests and everything. I'm not in the wedding party, I'm just a guest. So but we're having a barbecue. Anyway, yesterday we did some shopping because her niece is making her wedding cake and she's doing like cupcakes and little parfait desserts. So we went shopping for the supplies for her. I did get to go into I think it's a shop and save and shop, something like that. So that was a nice store, a little different. They had a lot of cheese. Connecticut is serious about their cheese. We even got one that is espresso. It looks kind of like a Parmesan cheese. And, oh, we should have had that on a pasta last night. I didn't think about that. Coffee cheese on pasta? Sure. But it was fun. So I got to meet her nieces and then we had dinner. We just kind of, we played a dice game. Fargle, because I was like, that sounds like a nerd name, Fargle. We played that. That was really fun, so I got to learn how to do that. It's a good family game. We usually do like card games and stuff, so it's fun being at someone else's family and seeing the way that they do things, you know. I love that. So, and I got to meet her mom. It's so great. Like, her mom reminds me a lot of my mom, so it's kind of nice to have a mom figure. And then she's got 2 sisters, so I'm staying at one of her sister's houses and she's just like her. Oh my gosh, it's awesome. They're treating me like the famous YouTube star I am. No, just kidding. They're being great hostesses. I'm having a lot of fun, guys. I can tell you this, I've never had a friendship like this. I know it's kind of weird. Oh, you met her online, but shoot, I met my husband online, you know, like that's how you meet people nowadays. And we have talked a lot. Like, for 2 years we've been talking. Like, that's how long. And my channel's going on almost 4 years, and she's been talking with me for 2 years now. And it just kind of formed, you know. She's I think she's about 10 years older than me, and I seem to have good relationships with women that are about 10 years older than me. Not that I don't get along with everybody. It's just that seems to be where I have the best type of relationship, with women that are about 10 years older than me. It's been like that my whole life, you know. So again, she doesn't have any kids, but she's a wonderful aunt. I said great aunt, but she's not that old. She's a wonderful aunt. Her niece is having a baby, you know, so she's excited about that. And she's just one of those aunts. Like, she's become one of those aunts in my kid's life where they're not really they're not real blood, but they're family, you know. So that's kind of what this family has become. And I love their family dynamic. It's fun to be here surrounded by a bunch of people, you know, and they're just seeing them like shoot the shit with each other, you know. It's really fun, and I'm enjoying it. It is quite humid here, though. A little bit of humidity here, and I don't miss it. Like, I took a shower, and usually my hair will dry naturally, and it was so wet for so long because the humidity. And I'm like, oh, I forgot. My hair just dries naturally in Montana, but here, she's like, you want a blow dryer? I'm like, it'll dry eventually, right? So today, I'm not quite sure what's on the plan for today. I'm kind of just letting them take me wherever. I do want to make sure when I'm going places though, to film some of the countryside, because it's really beautiful. And I haven't done that yet. So yesterday I didn't really film too much. So today I'll try and do a little more, but I just wanted to give you guys an update on day number 2. The wedding is tomorrow evening, and then we're having like a brunch and a celebration, kind of get together on Sunday, and then I believe we're driving home either Sunday or Monday. We're driving back to Baltimore. I say home, but driving to her home in Baltimore, and then I'm spending Monday with her, and then I fly back out Tuesday. So, gonna be a lot. Gonna be fun though. We'll see what today brings, and I'll keep you updated. I get to be the good egg today. I'm a good egg. Alright guys, today's the day. It's wedding day! They are getting married at 6 p.m. So we have some of the morning to kind of finish getting stuff ready. And then we have to start getting the bride prepped. The groom spent the night at a hotel. So him and his best man are going to be meeting them at the place where they're getting married. She's actually getting married by her sister, who got her certification online. You can do that to be able to marry somebody. So her sister's marrying them. So that's going to be super fun. What an amazing opportunity to be able to get married by your family member. And my job is to just stay with the bride. I'm staying with her while everything's getting set up, trying to just keep her calm and keep reminding her how beautiful she is. And then it begins. Now, I didn't go all the way through because, you know, I started to party a little bit towards the end there. So let's check out how the wedding went and some of the best parts to it. Let the wedding preparation begin. It starts off with getting her hair and makeup done from her niece. She did it for her. I thought that was super sweet. She had a lot of her family helping with things to help save money. So her niece does this on the side, and she has this little, I like to call it a tiara, but it's just like a little headband that she had custom made, and it matches the front of her dress. And as well, we put some of it in the flowers. You'll see some of the sparkles in the bouquets as well. And I thought that this looked absolutely beautiful. I couldn't quit smiling at her. She looked so happy. She was just beautiful. And here are the flowers I was talking about. Here's her bouquets, and then one of the flowers that were going on the tables for a centerpiece. I think they did a fantastic job. They also made a matching corsage that they put on their best lady. She kind of represented both of them. This is their friend that they've had for a very long time. So she was the one standing up with them, and it looks so beautiful, and I'm glad that they could have somebody that they have both known for well over a decade. And then Jennifer was reading her letter from her fiance, Eric. He wrote her a little something so she can read before they get married, and you can just tell by the look on her face that it was something so sweet, and he's a really great guy. I'm so happy for them. You can see on her dress the sparkles there that match the headband. And then here, her sister's coming in. She's the one who's marrying him. She's also like, oh my gosh, what pin should we use for the sign-in? I don't care. Well, we're not going to use like blue or green. No, use pink, you know. So it's like the debate. And she, oh, hey, good to see you. Nice to see you. So it was just the chaoticness of the last little touches for the wedding. So I got to stay in there and watch her get ready. And then they had this little thank you gift. It was a honey little bag. And what was in there was a little jar of honey, and then it has a bee and a ribbon and a little thank you sticker that says thank you for being here. And then it had a little honeycomb that you put in the bag as well. And then at the front table, they had a memorial table. So that was for anybody that had passed away that they wished they were there. Like Jennifer's father passed away a little while ago, and they actually had this funeral the same week they had the wedding. So there she is with her dad right there. So that was really hard. That's everybody that they wish could be there. And then here's their table set up. They had a really nice display. And here's where the bride and groom are going to sit. And then the caterer came with the venue, and they had this fantastic charcuterie board up there. Like, let me get a little closer here. We got blue cheese and strawberries, artichokes, olives. They had all different kinds of cheeses, grapes, pineapple. I really liked that brie cheese. It was good. And then here's the desserts that her niece made. So they did a chocolate love bomb, and then they have cute little titles, espressoing our love for the tiramisu, and then they have their own personalized pistachio wedding cake there, and then Cupid's arrow for strawberry shortcake, and there's the father of the groom comforting him. And then now it's time. So Jennifer is getting walked down the aisle by her mom, and they give their last hugs as she gives them off to the man she's going to marry. And her sister did really good writing the speech that she's going to marry him with. So let's take a few minutes and kind of listen to what she has to say.
Here today to join Eric and Jennifer in holy matrimony. Love, true love, is something special. And not everyone in the world gets to experience this incredible love. But here we are today. And now, by the power vested in me by the worldwide internet web, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Eric, kiss your bride.
Let the party begin. Well, for the guests. For the bride, she's got to take pictures. And there's the happy couple. The photographer was fantastic. She was really good at maneuvering them so that she gets the best angle. She was all over the place. She also had her son there to help with some different angles as well. So that was really cool to watch someone in their element like that. But this was so sweet, you guys. Look how happy they are. I'm so happy for them. I know I keep saying that, but I was excited. All right, so now they had their first dance. I don't remember what song they danced to, but it was a long one, and they kept telling how it looked so romantic. They were talking to each other, but they were just saying how hot they were. And now here's the food. They had some green beans with yellow squash, roasted potatoes, stuffed fish, vodka penne pasta, roast beef, and then chicken and mushrooms with salad and rolls. It was all really good. And then here they are cutting the cake. I think it's kind of sweet. You could see his hand shaking a little bit. And then she grabs him to help slice, and it kind of steadies him. And then she's got to try a sample of the frosting. Her niece was in the corner watching them to see their reaction. So they do a little hand feeding. That was super cute. And then we realized they had no plate, so we had to go get a plate. And then look at this cake. She said it was absolutely delicious. Pistachio. I wish I remember the frosting. Here comes the first bite, and it goes to Eric. Look how shocked she is. I think he forgot the protocol. So he's like, oh no, must make up for it. I'm going to get a big bite of cake with a lot of frosting. That's going to make up for it, right? Nope, it's just going to make it spill all over her dress. But it was really good. They're such a fun couple. So easygoing and lighthearted. And just look at that face of deliciousness. And then the dancing commenced. Lots of drinking, lots of dancing. It was a whole lot of fun. After this, I started drinking a little bit and dancing, so I didn't get much else, but congratulations, Jennifer and Eric. So after that, we just continued to dance for another hour or so. It was super fun. There was a little hiccup when it came to the vehicles because the groom and the best man, well, best lady, showed up in the same car, which was her car, so he didn't bring his car, so the bride and groom didn't have a car to get home or get to their hotel, so they had to borrow her sister's car to get to the hotel, and then they had to go back and get it and stuff. But that was a little whoopsie, just a little hiccup. But you know, overall I would say it went fantastic. It was my first wedding, and it was wonderful. I couldn't stop smiling. It was such a joy. I can see why people love weddings, because it was a joy to watch everybody being so happy. So the next morning, Sunday, I made brunch for everybody. I should have got a picture of it, but I did not. But I ended up making biscuits and gravy, bacon, scrambled eggs, and French toast. So there was a total of 9 of us, and there wasn't a single bit left. There was a cup of sausage gravy left, and that was just because we ran out of biscuits. So I'm really glad that I was able to cook for everybody. That was kind of like my thank you gift as well. I love cooking for people, so if I love you, I'm gonna cook for you. And it was super nice to be able to, you know, cook for someone outside of my family. It was really nice, and it made me happy to do that. So I'm glad everybody enjoyed that. And then we had a 5-hour drive back to Baltimore because her sister lives in Connecticut, but she lives in Baltimore. So we drove 5 hours back to Baltimore, and then we crashed, and then the next day we had some chill time, and then we went to the Cheesecake Factory for lunch. It was just okay. Like, I don't know if it was because it was the Baltimore one that I've never been to before. Plus, I should have ordered my chicken piccata that I love so much. But we ended up getting some spicy chicken nachos to start off with, and then she got a penne vodka pasta, I believe, with ricotta cheese on top. And then he ordered a French dip sandwich. That looked pretty good. And then I got a spicy chipotle pasta. It was good, but like I said, I love their chicken piccata. I should have got that. And we did get cheesecakes to go. We were a little too stuffed to eat them there. I got the peanut butter one. Oh, that was really good. But they seemed smaller, and everything was a little more expensive than the one I'm used to in St. Louis. So I don't know if the prices have gone up and the portions have gone smaller. It's still big portions, but it just seems everything's changing, right? Inflation, it's when you see it, you notice it, right? So that was good though. And then we took leftovers home and we had that evening, and then the next morning we had to fly out. So they were going to Niagara Falls for their honeymoon, and then I was headed back to the Denver airport to make my connecting flight to Missoula. So my plane was at 10:10 and theirs wasn't until 1:30, but we decided to go early and they were just going to hang out at the airport. Well, it turned into a little bit of a close call on missing my flight when we had to go to long-term parking and then wait for our shuttle, and we were really close on time. So we waited for the shuttle, and then we heard Southwest, which I was flying United, so they were flying Southwest, and they're like, oh, you can get off here because it's in the same terminal. I'm like, okay, I believed them. I shouldn't have. I should have waited and went to the United one because it was in a different terminal. That one was just for A, B, and C, and I was D. So we get through security and everything, and then I notice there's no D, and I'm like, there's 30 minutes till my plane is about to leave. Like, the it's already boarding, and it's 30 minutes till it's about to cut off. So I'm like, where's D gate? So I asked an employee, and he said it's all the way at the other side of the airport. You got to go through security there and then go to that terminal. I'm like, oh, of course. So I gave my hug goodbye real quick, and then I started power walking down the airport. But let me tell you, I was super pressed for time. And by this time, I only had like 18 minutes to get there. So I started running. I'm pulling my suitcase, just running as fast as I can. Luckily, there was no one around. I get to security. They get me checked in. I have to do a little extra screen test for not having my real ID, which they just swabbed my hands, and that was that. But then there was the line to check your baggage. And I was like, oh my gosh. I had 10 minutes to go, and I was like D37 or something. I had to go down a couple of gates to get to my loading gate. So I'm like, I don't usually do this, but I asked the couple in front of me. I was like, hi, I'm sorry, I have 10 minutes to make my flight. Would you mind if I cut in front of you? They're like, oh no, honey, go ahead. Cutting it kind of close. I'm like, oh, I know it. And then there was a younger gentleman there who had a lot of baggage, and I asked him, hey, I'm sorry, I have 10 minutes to make my flight. Would you mind if I went in front of you? And he's like, I only have 20 minutes to make mine. I'm like, okay. So I took that as a no, which, sidebar to this, I told my kids this story, and they were like, Mama, he should have let you go. That was not very nice of him. And would it have been nice of him? Yes, but it was not his responsibility to let me in front of him. So I kind of took that as a moment to explain to them, just because I was running late, that's not his problem. He was also running late, but he still got there before me. He still has a right to tell me no. I don't have a right to get upset because I don't have, that's the way it works. So that was kind of nice for me to be able to explain to them that, it's not on him. You don't need to be angry at him because he didn't let me go through, because it wasn't his emergency. It was mine, But I'm nervous. I am nervous. So we get through the scanner. You got to go through, lift your arms up and everything, They check my bags. We're good. So I grab my suitcase and I go hauling down the airport like I'm on the, those electric runways that I showed you, that like kind of like the escalators that make you go faster. I should find out what they're called. But I was running down that and I was having to get off of it back onto solid ground. So I'm like, please don't fall, please don't fall. But I was confident in myself. I did not fall. And then the guy who wouldn't let me in front of him, I go running past him. And then I hear an announcement, Carolina Baird, last call for boarding for flight blah blah to Denver. And I'm like, I'm coming, but I'm just running. And then I gotta stop and pant because I don't run. I mean, I was running so hard my fat was clapping for me, you know what I'm saying? So finally I keep running, I go back up, pushing myself. I see my gate, I go running up there, I'm looking around. They had made one more announcement for my name. I'm looking around, then I hear, Carolina? I'm like, yes? They're like, oh, you made it, honey. I'm like, oh. She's like, come on, girl. I'm like, oh, thank you. Oh my gosh, I'm sweating. Here, I'll show you a picture I sent to Jen. I was like, I had 3 minutes to spare, you guys. 3 minutes. That was way too close. Way too close. I was like, I had to run, and I'm the last one on. But I made it. I was just thinking, I am not making this phone call to my husband that I missed my flight. Not doing it. It's going to put a big hiccup in everything. So, whew, that was my stress for the day. Made it. And then I was going to like try and get souvenirs and stuff at the Baltimore airport, but that did not happen. So we ended up getting some souvenirs at the Denver one. I got my daughter a stuffed animal and a necklace, and then I got my boys snow globes that shake up that have Colorado on them. I'm like, it's from Denver. They're like, that's okay, Mama. We got you something. I ended up getting a nice spicy turkey sandwich for lunch, and then right next to him was a Voodoo Donuts. Have you guys heard of this? I think Diner, Drive-Ins, and Dives did a feature on them, but it's a really popular donut shop, and I have a part-time job doing frying donuts, so I'm like, gotta check out their donuts. And I didn't get husband a souvenir, but I did get him a donut. So I got him the regular voodoo doll that has like the pretzel stick pierced through their heart, and then I got a churro cheesecake donut, and it had that cheesecake went all the way through the donut, and then it was coated in cinnamon sugar. Oh, it was really good. So I only ate half of mine and then saved that half and the other donut and brought it home to husband. So it was funny. That was his thanks. It was his souvenir from it. So Jennifer had given me some Dramamine, I think it is, like the motion sickness medicine. She gave me that, and that helped a lot. I did not feel like I was going to throw up, so that's good. I need to start doing that from now on if I'm going to be flying, because that helped a lot. It was great to see Missoula from the sky. I got to see the M and the L on those mountains, and then just seeing it in the river. It's just beautiful. I sure did miss Montana. I love the mountains. I made it home. The kids are super happy to see me. Betty Jan came running out, giving me a big old giant hug. And then my pup Colby, he was ecstatic to see me. My husband said that he was constantly whining and running to the door and coming around to the van to see me, trying to figure out where I am. So he missed me a lot. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. I'm back.
Mama, do the up thing with you.
Oh, I think he's a little too excited. Yes, hi, baby. Hi, honey. Hi.
Told you he missed you.
Hi, baby.
Hi, Kobe. Hi, buddy. Hi.
Kobe.
Hello. Good boy. Hey, Mom. I missed you too. But let's go to husband and let's see how he handled the 6 days with the kids while Mama was gone. Hey everybody, I'm here with husband, and I thought he would give us a rundown of what family life was like without wife home for a week. So let's see. What was it like, husband?
It was pretty good. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, the kids were very sad that you were gone, and they were missing you a whole lot every day, especially at first. But then they kind of got in the habit of, you know, expecting you to not be there, at least for a couple of days. So we did a whole bunch of housework, and they were super helpful trying to get the house nice and clean for when you got back, so you would be surprised. And other than that, it was pretty good.
How did the meals go?
It went okay. I'm not much of a cook, so we had a lot of frozen stuff.
at McDonald's, I hear.
Which is okay.
Yeah.
Not too much McDonald's.
Yeah, that's
I think
good.
we only stopped there twice
Oh, that's not bad.
while we were out and about doing some errands.
The kids did tell me this morning that you make better pancakes than me.
I didn't make. You mean oatmeal?
They said pancakes.
Oh,
You made oatmeal?
I made oatmeal. I
Okay.
did not make pancakes.
They remember it well.
They're hallucinating.
Just take the compliment.
Yes, I made oatmeal.
Yeah.
I think that's the only proper thing that I cooked.
Yeah. Oh, that's
They said
good.
it was good.
Did you enjoy being off work for a little bit?
I did, yes. It was a mini vacation for me as well, even though dealing with the kids. It was nice to relax for a few days.
Good.
So,
All right.
yeah, we got a lot done around the house.
It looked great. Got a lot of outdoor projects too.
Yeah.
Got a fence up for the chickens.
Yep.
Yeah, you did good. So he survived. I survived. We both feel kind of refreshed, recharged. But now we got to do all the catch up that comes with it. And the kids just start school, so now we got to deal with that. But paperwork and stuff, what I meant by dealing with. But all right, yeah. So that's probably my last vacation for a couple years anyway. And now back to the grind. Well, guys, thank you for coming along and checking out my journey to meet my best friend for the first time at her wedding. I hope you had just as much fun watching this as I had doing it. It was a blast, a much needed break, but now back to the grind. Kids are in school, back to work, back to making content. Please leave me a comment, even a heart. It really helps boost the video. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time on Mama Bears.